Being assertive. The art of saying no while maintaining a good relationship, or defending your rights while respecting the rights of others. It's Saturday morning, the beginning of a long and glorious weekend. You're in the car, driving to the seaside with your family, and you're looking forward to lounging around at the hotel pool. Next thing, your smartphone buzzes. It's your boss. He wants you to come into the office. There's an emergency. Decision time. Will you get angry and scream no? Will you close your eyes, bite your lip, breathe deeply and say a reluctant yes? Will you pretend the phone isn't working and say, hello, I can't hear you? Or will you calmly explain your situation, empathize with your boss, and then say no? Or will you cut a deal? I'll turn the car around if you give me next week off. How you respond to requests like these will say a lot about your character and where you're going in life. In life, we are constantly being asked to do things we do not want to do, and there are 5 possible ways to react. Aggressive, accommodating, evasive, assertive 1, assertive 2. Which is the best response? There is no best response. Everything is relative and depends on the situation. In a previous article, I explained that being proactive was essential to being successful in life. However, it's difficult to be proactive primarily because we get pulled away all the time into the distraction zone. It's difficult to be proactive because it goes against human nature. This is especially true in high-context cultures like Korea and Japan, where relationships are very important. The sense of group harmony is central. There are enormous forces working, pulling you away from the proactive zone. The conflicting obligations of family and work, the blurred lines between the private and the public life, all this can be a blessing, but also a huge source of distraction and stress. In my opinion, the only way to avoid stress is to be proactive, and to be proactive, you have to be assertive. If I am being assertive, I seek a win-win solution, and if I can't get that, I'll seek a win-lose outcome, similar to the 4th option mentioned above. Because I am clear about what's important, I am less likely to compromise on issues that matter. In other words, I will be reluctant to settle for a lose-win situation, and certainly not for a lose-lose. When you are assertive, you empathize, understand the other person's position. You offer to help in whatever way you can without violating your own personal freedom and your own personal rights. Assertiveness is written big in Western culture, which tends to be low context and focused on individual rights. The rugged, hostile frontier of America was conquered by Lone Rangers, who needed to be assertive to survive. In Northeast Asia, on the other hand, there is a social contract of Confucian culture, 3,000 years old, where everyone has his place and everybody gets looked after in the big scheme of things. In Western countries, people are more comfortable saying no to unreasonable requests because they expect it to be treated equally regardless of gender, race and disability. People are encouraged to express opinion and have the right to say no without feeling guilty. In short, an assertive tone is a direct and polite way of talking that keeps the message front and center and is not afraid to give opinions. In Northeast Asia, however, an assertive tone is often seen as disrespectful and aggressive. This is especially true in the Korean workplace, where employees are expected to do their best and comply to every instruction without hesitation, no matter how ludicrous or counterproductive. However, managers would do well to communicate assertively and encourage their subordinates to do likewise. Unlike aggressive bullies, assertive people are calm and speak to the big picture. They are proactive and clear about what's important to them and to the organization. As a manager, you should even encourage your team to push back and say no sometimes, especially if the requests are unreasonable. Because overly accommodating employees will be conscripts rather than volunteers. They will complain behind your back and poison the team morale and drag their feet on important issues. To get your team to buy into the mission of the company and become self-directed, you must encourage them to question decisions and speak up whenever they feel something is wrong.